Kievenen's nightmare sees Chris Atkinson move up to second, the position he finished in Mexico. And just look how rough the stages are, and a moment there for Chris too. But it's been a good morning's work for the Australian. While further ahead, Loeb's hopes of a second successive win have taken a dramatic and unexpected boost.
Sebastian, second time through this stage. It's looking a lot better condition-wise, but weren't you meant to start behind Mikko? Was he in front of you on the start line?
Yeah, he was in front of me. He was he had a spin in the stage. He's blocked. I don't know if he hit a wheel or something. He's in his corner. I have my name. I put my name in this one because to remember year after year that it's a tricky place. I think I had a puncture 2 years ago in this place, and Mikko is just in the opposite direction at the exit of the corner. I don't know what happened really.
Subaru now have both of their drivers in podium positions. Former world champion Petter Solberg is now up to third, despite breaking a shock absorber through here.
30, right of 6 left minus half long, and 6 right plus over class long, 15.
Petter, fourth place coming in. Mikko's stopped in there, so that's up to third, but no Gigi either.
No, it doesn't matter with them. I focus on my thing, but now I have a problem with the front dampers on the car, and it was very difficult on the to drive.
Gigi Gali has suffered a setback in his battle with Danny Sordo. A delay in service while the team were replacing his rear suspension cost the Italian 20 seconds in time penalties, dropping him behind the Spaniard. Sordo is up to fourth then, but the Citroën driver is slightly slower than Gali on stage 5, and only 16 seconds ahead by the end of the test.
Para derecha 7 a fondo 30, 7 a fondo 30, izquierda retrasante a fondo 20.
Petter Solberg is currently in 8th, like many others struggling in the treacherous conditions. Just like Kievenenen though, he whacks a rock and breaks his front suspension in dramatic fashion. And just like Kievenenen, he's out for the day. Not a good stage for Ford. Plenty of movement on the leaderboard then. Kievenenen is out of the picture with Loeb replacing him in the lead. Subaru drivers Atkinson and Petter Solberg complete the podium places, with Sordo just ahead of Gali in 4th. So the day that had started so brightly for Ford has turned very bad. Latvala off, followed by Kievenenen's retirement. Join us after the break for the remaining stages from day 1. Welcome back to what's been a bruising opening day to Rally Argentina. Sebastian Loeb is the leader following the retirement of Mikko Kievenenen with broken suspension on stage 5. 3 more stages still to come this afternoon before an end-of-day super special, but with his closest rivals both falling away, Loeb is looking in a very strong position. As was the case in Mexico, Chris Atkinson has ended up as the Frenchman's closest rival. And he's still setting some strong times. That is until a spin on stage 8 sees him drop over half a minute. The Australian's late delay leaves him just 8 seconds ahead of his teammate Petter Solberg. That will be an interesting duel to keep an eye on tomorrow. Gigi Gali, meanwhile, has continued to impress in his efforts to reclaim 4th place from Danny Sordo. The Italian is really attacking hard, and with his first fastest time of the weekend on stage 7, he closes to within 10 seconds of the Spaniard. Frustratingly for Sordo, his efforts to keep Gali behind are hampered by a loose steering rack on the penultimate stage of the day. The problem costs him around half a minute, and he slips back down to 5th.
Izquierda 7 a fondo, 20 fuera. Izquierda 7 a fondo, acaba rasante a fondo 20. Rasante a fondo 20 y frenar izquierda 5.
Behind Behind the top 5, Federico Villagra is giving the local fans plenty to cheer about. The multiple Argentinian national champion is running in 6th in his first attempt at his home rally in a World Rally car. Tony Gardemeister is keeping Suzuki represented in the point-scoring places, but frustratingly for this developing Japanese team, he's the latest driver to hit a rock and break his suspension. That forces retirement. He'll have to settle for another super rallying session tomorrow. Gardemeister's retirement saw Matthew Wilson move up to 7th. This is turning into another useful performance by the young Englishman. And Jari-Matti Latvala, with nothing to lose, has been charging back up the leaderboard. It looks like he'll end the day in 8th. But here's the man who will end the day in 1st. Sebastian Loeb's main rivals may have fallen by the wayside, but despite some of the worst conditions we've seen in Argentina for years today, the Frenchman has managed to make it through without major incident. And it's a controlled finish to the day. Seb completes these 3 stages in his typically composed manner. The day ended with the short sprint stage at the Estadio Cordoba, where there was no changes in position, so Loeb will go into the second day with a lead of over 1.5 minutes. But behind him, Chris Atkinson, Peter Solberg, Gigi Gali and Danny Sordo are covered by less than 37 seconds. But the big news is no Mikko Hirvonen on that leaderboard.
It was all going so well, Mikko. What happened in stage 5?
We were a bit unlucky. I mean, there was bait rock digging out of the rut, and I came into the corner. The tire was fully open and just snapped into the tire and broke kind of a TCA bolts. Everything is the tire, wheel, TCA, the clevis, everything is. There's not a scratch, but all those bolts were broken and too much kind of a damage to continue.
Everybody else has had lots of problems today. How have you managed not to?
How I managed, I just tried to keep the car on the road. It was really difficult. Sometimes I had some moment. I had a little spin in the first stage, but okay, it's a question of feeling. Hirvonen was faster. Finally, he went out, but he was a lot faster. So I was driving like I feel, trying to keep on the road.
So a dramatic first day of Rally Argentina. You can see some of the main incidents at WRC.com, and make sure you join us tomorrow for the Day 2 highlights.